Teen Mom star Catelynn Lowell is struggling with the fact that she can't see her daughter. She and Tyler Baltira gave up their child for adoption and now want to see her more as she gets older. However, the adoptive parents have cut them out for now, feeling this is causing more problems than good as they raise Carly. However, Catelynn recently made a TikTok live, and it seems she did something that many fans believe will result in a lawsuit for showing off the adoption papers to complete strangers. Here is what you need to know. Catelynn Lowell makes questionable legal decision on TikTok. Catelynn Lowell is making her feelings known. She feels that it is not fair that she has been cut off from her biological daughter that she put up for adoption years ago. While the Teen Mom star made the decision to give the child up, she has since begun making demands of the adoptive parents that have caused them to cut her off from Carly. Catelynn Lowell, Tyler Baltira, Brandon, and Teresa Davis agreed in the adoption to allow them to see Carly every year. The little girl even attended Catelynn and Tyler's wedding. She met her sisters, and it seemed that things were going well. However, the couple has since cut off communication from Catelynn, saying that things were getting too uncomfortable. Catelynn only increased the pressure to see Carly more, saying that her daughter wanted to spend more time with her. It has gotten very bad, and now Catelynn has done a questionable deed. She did a TikTok live and showed everyone watching the legal adoption papers. Catelynn then said in the video that they took the open adoption and closed it, and she said that was not legally binding. Catelynn even made it sound like all adoptions were like his, which is incorrect. Teen Mom fans lash out at Catelynn Lowell and believe she can be sued now. It turns out that Catelynn Lowell did something even worse. When people called her out on the internet, Catelynn reportedly sent Carly's adoption papers to content creators to prove she was right via Reddit. These were complete strangers that she reportedly sent Carly's personal information to. That could be a problem. This caused many fans on the comments to question why Brandon and Teresa haven't taken legal action yet. They're truly pushing the limits here. I'm surprised B&T haven't pursued legal action. Adoptee here who did meet my bio. I would be furious if my bio mom shared any of my information, our business, or harassed me like this. I hope Carly sues them. Have they forgotten these documents are all her personal business? Show them actions have consequences. You can go around slandering people and have zero consequences. So far, Brandon and Teresa haven't responded. However, this is no surprise as they have always wanted to protect Carly. However, if Catelynn keeps this up, expect a gag order of some sort to eventually be pursued. What are your thoughts on Catelynn Lowell sharing Carly's personal information with strangers on TikTok? Let us know in the comments below. The profoundly complex and emotionally charged journey of Teen Mom stars Catelynn Lowell and Tyler Baltira, once hailed for their brave decision to choose adoption for their daughter Carly, has descended into a contentious and potentially litigious public battle. Lowell, grappling with the intense pain of being cut off from contact with her biological daughter, recently made a stunning move on social media that has left fans and critics aghast. She publicly displayed Carly's confidential adoption documents during a TikTok live session. This act, seen by many as a massive violation of privacy and a blatant breach of trust, has ignited a firestorm of criticism and raised serious questions about potential legal repercussions for the reality TV couple. Catelynn and Tyler's story has been a cornerstone of the Teen Mom franchise since its inception on 16 and Pregnant. As teenagers, they made the heart-wrenching yet mature decision to place their daughter Carly for adoption with a couple they selected, Brandon and Teresa Davis. The arrangement was an open adoption agreement that promised yearly visits and updates, allowing Carly to know her biological roots. For years, this agreement seemed to work. Carly attended Catelynn and Tyler's wedding, met her biological sisters Vita and Rhea, and was a cherished part of their narrative, a testament to their difficult choice. However, as Carly has grown into a young teenager, the dynamic has dramatically shifted. Brandon and Teresa, tasked with the primary responsibility of raising and protecting Carly, made the difficult decision to significantly reduce and effectively cut off communication with Catelynn and Tyler. Their reasoning, though not detailed publicly, has been implied. They felt the very public nature of Catelynn and Tyler's lives, combined with what they perceived as increasing pressure and demands for more access, was creating confusion and discomfort for Carly. In the world of adoption, this is a common and painful crossroads. Adoptive parents must prioritize the child's immediate emotional well-being, which can sometimes mean creating boundaries, even if they contradict the biological parent's wishes. Struggling with this rejection and a deep sense of loss, Catelynn has been increasingly vocal about her feelings of unfairness. It was in this heightened emotional state that she entered a TikTok live stream, a platform known for its impulsivity and lack of filter. In a move that stunned viewers, Catelynn physically held up and displayed the legal documents from Carly's adoption for her audience to see. She passionately argued that Brandon and Teresa had taken their open adoption and closed it, claiming this action was not legally binding. Furthermore, she made sweeping generalizations about the adoption process that legal experts and adoption advocates were quick to label as misleading and incorrect, potentially misinforming thousands of followers about the nuances of family law. The backlash was immediate and severe. Viewers flooded social media platforms, primarily Reddit and Twitter, expressing outrage at the blatant violation of Carly's privacy. The documents, while pertaining to the adoption, undoubtedly contain personal information that is not meant for public consumption. The situation escalated when reports emerged from these online communities that Catelynn didn't stop at the live stream. She allegedly proceeded to send images of the adoption papers directly to other TikTok content creators and strangers online in a bid to prove her point and defend her actions against growing criticism. Brandon and Teresa have maintained their characteristic silence throughout this ordeal, a practice they have upheld for years to shield their daughter from the public spotlight. Their refusal to engage in a public feud has always stood in stark contrast to the world of reality television that Catelynn and Tyler inhabit. However, Catelynn's latest actions may force their hand. The court of public opinion has largely turned against Catelynn, not necessarily on the issue of her grief, which many acknowledge is real and valid, but on her method of expressing it. The sharing of private documents is widely viewed as a bridge too far, an act of desperation that prioritizes winning a public argument over protecting the child she claims to love. The question now is not if Catelynn is hurting, but whether her pain will now manifest in a court summons, permanently severing the fragile thread of connection that may have remained with the daughter she gave up.